Hello and welcome! Thank you for joining me once again in this video. I have here today this Hot Toys Venom 1/6 scale figure, and let's see if this figure is still worth it to collect, or probably not. Let's take a look at the figure in detail. Now let me get the figure out of the box first and all of the accessories that come with it for us to have a better view of its details. Now here are the accessories that come with this figure. And this Hot Toys Venom figure comes with a lot of huge symbiote accessories, which I think can create a lot of cool poses that can stand out when you're doing some toy photography. Let's take a look first at this interchangeable pair of hands. We have here a pair of fisted hands for museum poses, a pair of attacking hands, which is a great addition if you want this figure to have a strong presence posed in your display case, which I will try to show you more later in this video. Keep in mind that this is a very pointy, sharp nail, and I think you should be extra careful while handling this accessory to avoid any accidents and not kill the joy while posing this figure. The figure also comes with this finger-pointing left hand to remake some figure poses from the ending scene of the film or other cool poses that you can think of, which I think is limitless with this figure. And we also have here a weapon right hand to mount this very sharp Riot's symbiote sword, which you need to be careful while handling just to avoid hurting yourself because it is very sharp and should be handled carefully. There are more weapons that come with this figure. We have here the symbiote's sickle right hand, which is a very huge accessory and very sharp. And the level of detail that Hot Toys put here was really great in my opinion. The paint application looks like a two-tone color mixture of deep black and light purple, especially when hit by nice lighting. And I think it is a great paint technique that Hot Toys did here to make this accessory come alive in your display case. The figure also has this symbiote attacking left hand, which I think doesn't have a wire inside but molded nicely in my opinion, which I think is enough to give you another cool attacking pose of this figure. This figure also comes with additional symbiote accessories that can be attached to the back of the figure to create a seamless look, forming another Venom head floating at his back, with which you can recreate some figure poses with your other Hot Toys figure like Spider-Man, which is a cool display idea that you can do with this figure. And these are all wired insulation, so it will give you additional dynamics in displaying this figure, which is definitely a cool feature of this accessory. And it also comes with ports that you can mount to the back of the figure just to have a seamless cover if you are not using these accessories, which is kind of a cool engineering feature that Hot Toys did here. This figure comes with this quarter scale movie theme display base that is very neat and straightforward, done by Hot Toys. It has Venom eyes as shown in the film logo, which has silver glossy paint applied, and a nameplate graphic card of Venom, which was nicely done. And it also comes with this transparent tube crouch grabber to help this figure have stability in the display case. This figure comes with two portraits which both magnetize for easy mounting to the figure. This first portrait of Venom is a grinding head version pattern to the film, which I think has a very high level of detailed likeness. Hot Toys did an excellent job with the white smoky eyes and the sharp yellowish teeth paint application. And the accurate grinding facial expression and detailed skin texture look accurate to the film, which I appreciate how Hot Toys produced this figure. The Venom figure won't be complete without this alternative head sculpt, which has a fang mouth with long protruding tongues that are interchangeable and magnetized to have an aggressive, seamless look of the figure. And these protruding tongues are all molded and painted nicely, in my opinion, to make the figure more realistic in a 6-scale format. And looking at this head sculpt, I can say it is a true to movie likeness that Hot Toys have done another work of art. And now here it is, my very own copy of the Hot Toys Venom in a 1/6 scale figure. The figure on hand looks amazing because of the high level of detail that Hot Toys put into it. And the overall glossy black paint applied looks amazing with some detailed veins all over the body, which are visible here on the shoulders, forearms, and fists, which were impressively done by Hot Toys. And the rubber cover body of the figure looks sculpted and painted nicely, in my opinion. And I think you can create a lot of movements, but not as extreme as you can do with a Spider-Man figure. The head sculpt can be easily mounted to the figure since it is magnetized and does not have a ball joint that needs some extra effort in replacing a head sculpt, which is kind of a cool engineering of this figure that I appreciate a lot. Articulation-wise, it is recommended by Hot Toys to pull out these shoulders carefully before any arm movement to avoid any damage that may lead to paint fading. So something to keep in mind when working on this figure. Arm raising and bending can get you as much as 90 degrees and 30 degrees for arm twists. Legs can be extended for better movement, but do be careful when pulling this out to avoid damaging the ball joints. And you can get as much as 90 degrees on this knee bend and 45 degrees for leg raise. So there's a lot of movement that you can use when posing this figure. Now for a side-by-side height comparison, this figure looks scaled nicely with the Spider-Man Far From Home upgraded suit figure that shows the accurate height between Tom Holland's as Peter Parker and Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock in a Venom suit. And I think Hot Toys did very well in making the proportion of this figure as represented in the film, which is quite nicely done. Going back to my question earlier in this video, if this figure is still worth it to collect or not, I think this is a good one to grab if you want to have a good representation of Spider-Man's arch nemesis in your display case, given the high level of detail in this figure, including the detailed accessories that you can mix and match with your Spider-Man figure in your display case, which I think is a cool display to have in your Spider-Verse display in my opinion. But if you want to have an upgrade of this figure, I think you can pre-order the latest Venom figure from the Let There Be Carnage film, as I think the Venomized Eddie Brock head sculpt is a cool one to have in my opinion. I hope this video helps you to make a better decision on whether to pick this up now or wait for your pre-order of the latest Venom figure from the Let There Be Carnage edition as your first Hot Toys Venom figure. Just always remember that it is really up to your plans and budget to grab your target figure in your collection. So make a sound plan for your collection, stick with it, and be happy with your decision. And keep in mind to enjoy the journey of collecting these awesome figures and don't hesitate to share the love within the community. So always stay awesome and be cool to everyone. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please feel free to hit me with a like and consider subscribing to the channel so that you'll be notified for any upcoming video releases. And if you have any questions about the content you've seen today, feel free to leave them in the comments section below. And as always, build fun memories through these collectibles and always show your geek side to the world and be awesome. Till next time, Andrew Geekside here. Stay safe and bye for now.